welcome back to the channel, fool. Thanks for tapping in. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for videos like this. And spreading the next virus.
Oh my God! Uh-oh, you okay?
Paranormal dogs activity.
The song was so big, and they told me I had to like kind of sacrifice something. They said you're gonna have to pay it back because you just put this information out there. This is gonna put people in the wrong mindset of what we're trying to do in society. So they told me that if I don't do these list of things, then they're going to hurt my family or hurt people that I really care about. And they told me to go to this office. It was on Wilshire Boulevard in Los Angeles. And then when I went in, I asked them over the phone, what are they gonna have me do? They said they couldn't tell me. And then when I went into the office, they sat me down and it was like an all white room, and they opened one of the doors and it had a Gucci suit, a Gucci bodysuit. And I said, oh no, please don't tell me that is what I think it is. They said, yeah, it's exactly what you think it is, pal. And I said, no, please no, not the Gucci suit. They said it's the Gucci suit. This is the only way that you can repay for what you've done. And I said, not the Gucci suit, please. And they said, it's the Gucci suit.
One of the main problems they had in reverse engineering these things is that they found out that the pilots are an integral component of the craft, and that they're using something like psychokinesis in order to pilot the craft. So you can develop, sophisticated cybernetic interfaces to link a brain to a navigation system. Obviously, that's not hard to understand. But it's not just a brain-machine interface. It actually involves psychokinesis. And so part of the crime that's been committed in this black project is that they have actually recruited not just adept psychics, but children with extraordinary psychic ability to act as pilots of these reverse engineered craft. There's a Marine, Michael Herrera, who, as part of Evan Greer's disclosure project, offered testimony to the effect that people in the US deep state have scoured third and fourth world countries for children who they can effectively buy from their impoverished parents and who exhibit extraordinary psi ability, and bring them to these black project facilities and use them basically as part of the guidance system to navigate with these craft.
And they always use the children.
You're putting us into the Matrix. This is the Matrix.
This is the Matrix.
Scientists have just combined human brain cells with silicon chips.
Okay. Cameron does fine. It's better now.
Yeah, so this is where they live. So they get matured in an incubator,
Yeah.
and they get plated inside that center portion there. And then we put them in this metal chassis. And this is what we call that cap, the metal cap. So we can see right through the middle, so we can image the cells using a microscope. This is input, this is output. And so if you trace it all the way through, input will come from one of these filtration units. So the way it's designed.
So for people who don't know, because we just spent a couple hours talking about the chip that goes in here.
Yes.
That has something like 800,000 neurons on it.
Right.
Biological cells.
Biological cells.
That are doing AI, well, not AI, but human intelligence. And it's on a chip. It's
correct.
You're putting us into the Matrix. This is the Matrix.
This is the Matrix-ish.
Cortical Labs has created CL1, the world's first biological computer. It combines human brain cells grown in a lab with traditional silicon chips to create a smarter and more energy-efficient system. CL1 can learn and adapt faster than normal AI, making it useful for medical research, drug discovery, and robotics.
Where do you think they got those brain cells from?
This genuinely makes no sense at all. What kind of optical illusion is this? It's so far away. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. I'm doing it again. I'm backing up. I'm backing up. And then I'm...
I did the same thing.
Bro. How is he doing that? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Owns all the meat packers. There's only 4 meat packers in this country. BlackRock owns them all. And you can say to them, you need to do antitrust suits against those meat packers. The meat packers are keeping the price of meat high and the price of cows low. So the farmer gets hurt, the consumers get hurt, and they make the money because they've got a monopoly. There are many other things like, BlackRock owns all the pharmaceutical companies, and we can start regulating the pharmaceutical companies so that they behave less like a cartel.
I am the box demon. I am the box demon. I believe this box
Is that dandy?
What?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So Florida now has this. Very interesting.
That their goal is that eventually someone's going to be able to just put the groceries in your fridge for you, and you don't have to do a thing.
The online supermarket.
They have 1,000 robots moving around. It's so cool. So it's basically a center that has that inside it. So when you order a Kroger grocery, one of those little robots is picking your groceries up and putting them into the truck. Cool.
And do they service what? Tampa Bay?
They from that facility they can do all of Central Florida.
Whoa! From one facility,
it's bananas.
So they can service millions of people.
Yeah.
From one centralized facility.
From one facility.
And it's in Groveland, which is like near Lakeland.
Yep. We're just evolving. We're just becoming more and more efficient with the way that we operate as a civilization. And so, sometimes that means it's a something like this. Sometimes it's automated vehicles. Sometimes it's AI that's doing things. And it's just it's a cool time to be alive and working in the real estate space. Because the real estate space has to house everything that's going through there, and you have to figure out what's the new puzzle today.
And it's called controlled food.
I know, Uber would charge you more money if your battery level is low on your phone.
Are you serious?
Yes. Means you're desperate, you're probably stranded somewhere,
Oh my
you need to
God.
go home, you're like, I gotta get an Uber. It's all in an investigation.
Dude, every time I was out at a bar, I'm like, I have like 16%. I have to get this, I have to get. So you're right. I don't care
I know,
about
it's
the
like,
price.
I need to go home. Imagine you're a girl, you're in the bar, I'm like, dude, this guy is being creepy. I want to get it.
Oh yeah, you'll pay 3 times the
Or
price.
you're like, I think this neighborhood is not safe. I think I'm gonna get jumped very soon.
Bet they're gonna get away with it.
In China, it's quite normal for even the barista making your coffee to be a robot. We filmed this in a village. You can choose the design for your latte art and the robot can make it for you, plus the price is half that of Starbucks. I was especially amazed by how it shakes the milk. On a different note, in supermarkets in China, it's common to see packages floating above your head. Online ordering is frequently used, and orders are transported to courier pickup points using a rail system.
Even in Freemasonry and the military, the early initiates are intentionally misled as to what those symbols mean. Written by Albert Pike in the book Morals and Dogma, which is given to you when you're a 33rd degree, which is called the Sovereign Grand Inspector General. And in that book, he explains a way to take over the world, Sean, with 3 world wars. And the first world war happened exactly the way he said it. The second one happened exactly the way he said it. And also the third one's playing out right now exactly the way he said it. So we're watching a script play out. Some have even said that certain groups have edited the Bible, the book of Revelations, and the reason why we're seeing it unfold among us and we feel helpless and there's nothing we can do because it's the word of God. But that would be the perfect way to control the masses. If you had some plan to do something, is to make them think that your plan was the word of God, so that they're not going to try to revolt, because who are they to revolt against God?
Phil Spector would not go into someone's house like a vampire until the host of the party would invite him in. So Ringo Starr had to come in and say, "Hello, Phil, come on in." And we just waited outside waiting for that to happen for like 10 minutes.
Wait a minute, dude.
I'm telling you,
I'm
weird.
tripping right now. Did he knock? Or did they?
We're at the door. He waited, and someone else said, "Hey, Phil, come in." He goes, "No, the host must invite me in."
Bro.
Yeah, it's...
No, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you, on your show.
No, bro. I mean, you said like a vampire.
Yeah, maybe.
But, I mean, I'm asking you seriously. Yeah. Is there a chance?
And Loki, he looks like a vampire.
Between now and the year 2030, we're going to be coerced, we're going to be indoctrinated, we're going to be mandated through laws and policies to make choices in our lives that may not be good for us. And people are going to say, how do I know if it's good or not? And I'm going to give you the answer right now. Anything that denies your divinity is an expression of evil. Anything that denies your ability to imagine, to create, to innovate, to communicate with one another, to love, to forgive, that ridicules your empathy and your sympathy and your compassion for another human is an expression of evil. And once you know that, then you can make your choices accordingly.
That's right.
I've been in the business 24 years, right? And I've seen people go from nothing to the biggest stars in the world. I've seen people go from one role to winning Academy Awards and doing all. And what I realized yesterday thinking about it, we're lying to our kids, dog. And I think that's a big problem in our community. We tell our kids that they can, and this is fresh on my heart, like I literally just came to this conclusion last night. We tell our kids if they do right and they make the good grades and they go to the programs and they will become successful. If you work hard enough, your work will be paid off. And that's not true. Success is given. It's not earned. Because you can be the most brilliant. If one person don't tap you, each one of y'all. There were people who could hit harder, who could catch better, who could run faster, but somebody said, you're the one. And the other 50 behind you fell off. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And because of that, I don't know what that emotion or that feeling is the scary thing. Because I went to all the programs. I've done Broadway, I've done off-Broadway. I've been in the business 24 years. I've been in 2 Academy Award films. I've done independent films. I've done major motion pictures. Now I'm Captain America.
And it's not luck.
All right, let me f up your reality with a little bit of science. You see, of all the light that exists in the universe, of all of it, humans are only capable of seeing 0.0035%. That's it. That's not even the f***ing mental part. All you need to know is that light is a wave, and depending on the wavelength of the light, changes the type of light that it is. Now, if light has a wavelength shorter than 380 nanometers or longer than 750 nanometers, our eye just stops being able to see it. So anything within that range is our visible light. Now remember, that's only 0.0035% of all the light that exists is visible to us. But here's the crazy part, because when we put it into perspective, right? Just imagine that we get all the wavelengths of light that exist and we stretch them on a spectrum from Los Angeles to New York. Of all of that light, what is visible to us, to humans, is the size of a peanut. That's it. So when they say seeing is believing, just remember that that's probably not the whole picture.
So despite being blind and slow, we pretend to know everything and see everything. Does that make sense?
Why you sound black?
I ain't no black.
Sound.
Oh my God, you can't say that! Call me black one more time. I'll bust you in the jaw for free, no choice. He has a gun, a revolver, don't say nothing else. Don't ever call me black. I'm from Thailand.
Yeah, I heard you.
I make sunshine every day, I think I do.
What's your name?
That's me.
What? That's you?
That's me.
I heard you.
What? My family. What I do is what I does.
You from out here?
I'm from Thailand, fool.
But can you buy me a burger?
What the f*** I look? I don't eat burger, dude. I'm from Thailand. We eat Thai food.
My favorite food.
Yeah, Kon Thai. Nip, what the f wrong with these people?
I fear he runs this entire parking lot.
He said, what the f wrong with us?
What's wrong with these people, man? What the f look like, man?
He just told us
He
what
owns all this.
What's wrong with this motherfucker ass, trick ass, prune juice ass?
Yeah, this is it. We better get the out of here. Kills me.
You heard me?
I'm about to get out.
Let me see.
No, get your hand out this car.
Okay, he good.
Do you see?
I know you are knocking
see
it out.
Look,
for free, no
are you gonna
choice.
take me to Thailand?
I'm from Thailand.
Look.
จังไรนางมาแต่ใส่วันนี้นะ God, this cannot get worse. It's like I'm in the Twilight Zone. I don't know.
That's Ricky Tan, fool. And wait, guys, for the final version. Pakistan is not for beginners.
But we are not native to this place.
No. I think that we have multiple strains of DNA running through there's nobody that's walking here that is native to this place. Certainly very, very, very few.
The Sasquatch native to here?
I think more. How about more native? I don't think that they, if that's.
They've just been here longer.
Yeah. I think that there was a human experiment, and I think we're involved in the human experiment, and the human experiment has been hijacked by a number of different streams of consciousness, species, whatever you want to call them, and I think that we have not been allowed to evolve naturally as an awakening consciousness here, and we've been usurped by another species that has taken over and manipulated and used us as slaves. But I think the human line as we know it now, the human form as we know it now, was created to be a sort of a working slave species and on another prison planet. And this definitely, for sure, is a prison planet.
Do they got a gravity as well, or what's not?
Huh?
Do they got a thing right there in the back?
I ain't see it.
Do they got the what's not with the what is he one of the fools?
What?
Do they got the thing right there in the back when you bring the back to the front and you drop it and then externalize with the skip it back?
I don't hear nothing you saying at all.
When you get the chicken right and you get the sauce, is it equilibrium and extra with the evidence?
Oh, is the extra sauce on there?
Yeah, with the extra evidence and the food.
I don't understand what you're saying. All I keep hearing is sauce. That's it.
You know how you bring it and you from the collaborative evidence for the cabanas?
I don't hear nothing you saying. You gotta speak clear, man, because I don't understand nothing you saying.
It's my idea with this bit.
You said what?
I was just saying that she could put the sauce in the bag.
You put the sauce in the bag?
Yeah. So
I ain't hear nothing you were saying at all.
So after you get the cabanas, the extra from the extra ingredients.
Huh?
Extra cabanas with the cabanas, with the smash, with the chickens, when you hot sauce.
Oh, you want hot sauce?
With the extra kebab with the pizzazz, with the blabber.
What?
When you get the extra with the
man, okay, look, you gotta get your food because I don't understand nothing you saying. Come on, pay.
After we get the extra lot of the production, then we get a drink. Season y'all the mayonnaise with this Cryptic.
Man, I'm about to punch your throat off. That's what's about to happen.
She almost took her wig off to hear him. And the secret is in a secret.
why the hell does a cooked chicken cost $4.99 and then a whole chicken for a 2-pack is $16.97? Does that make sense?
Simply because it's not chicken.
There are about 35 nations that have already agreed to expose their top secret files on these UFOs or UAPs. This is real. These are real. See, the enemy doesn't want us to think about the prospect of us or there being something in the world more powerful than them. They want you to see the F-52 bomber and the jet moving at the speed of sound and see the Air Force and the Russian military and think that they're the all-powerful. But the minute that we are made to know that there's a power in this world from God that's real, with real machines that will trump their power, then we begin to see them in a different light. I'll just say this. It'd be good for the viewers to get the book Message to the Black Man and crack open and go to page 290 and start reading about the wheel and the dynamics of how it came into existence. Do you know that in 1993, the FEMA has in their fire manual a section on chapter 13 dealing with how to respond as a fire official to a UFO?
Remember in the Bible, Ezekiel saw the wheel. And no discrimination. Everyone is picking up cotton. The best toilet for people who like spicy food.
After he passed away, Joe was telling her that, oh no, he owed me money. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, a bunch of fake royalty statements started to come saying, you know, you're in debt, you're in debt, you're in debt, you're in debt. And then for about 14 years, from about 2000 to 2014, fake royalty statements was coming.
2000 to 2014?
Yeah, fake royalty statements were coming. I called her up, told her I paid for the case, paid for the auditor, took him to court. You know, Joe was all over the radio basically saying, I gave her $750,000, I gave her $250,000. I told her, enough's enough. Everybody bought it and believed it. You know, he has the big platform. He could call Envy or all these people and go in the radio station and be like, look, she's lying. And, you know, she can't do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was like DMing her, get a job. He got you money for a hair salon, all this stuff. It was all lies and mediation. We had him admit that he never gave her $1 in his life.
Oh, so he didn't give her no
Nothing, not $1 in his life. He never gave her.
Sloppy Joe.
Wichita's crazy.
There's a whole network of tunnels over here. Just
tunnels under Wichita?
I'm just gonna drop
tunnels under Wichita?
A whole growing network to the point where there's even a whole generation of people down there with nose in the sun. I know them. I know it. It's
you know people in the tunnels under Wichita?
Yeah, they're not good people.
For real?
Don't ever go there.
I don't even know where the tunnel would start, bro.
Stay away from the bridges. Stay away from
the bridges.
Yeah, like there's the Johnny, not the Johnny Mac, the one over here, a little bit further towards MacArthur.
Real?
On Broadway, don't do it.
Damn.
There's a typical entrance. They look like storm drains. Go a little further, they're no longer storm drains. I'm telling you.
And there's people down there?
Yes.
And you said you met them?
I was forced to, but yes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was when I was 16.
What?
And to be real, it's under every city.
Went to Peru to do ayahuasca, and I met the blue-skinned Hindu gods. Blast off, leave my body, I enter this blue realm. It's a blue dimension, like ocean waves, and the whole backdrop is just this crazy vibration that this portal opens up. Long, sleek silver craft comes in. And on top of it, there's all these beings, blue skin, they're adorned in turquoise, gold, copper, and silver. I was trying to like talk to them like, hey, hi. I sent this vibration back and they're like, there's no words, there's nothing to do here, but vibrate with us. And I was like, oh. So we all synchronized together. That was one of the most healing things of my life, just to know that these gods, you know, Krishna, Vishnu, they are real. The only takeaway, there's an infinite number of entities and variations of life forms out there, friendly and want to hang out, and I want to go back. It's a sense of childhood awe, like, whoa, the whole universe just got so much bigger.
Cersei Lannister.
I had somebody on the internet tell me most videos you've seen on the internet are a hoax, but there's one video in question that's a head scratcher. Have you ever seen the 1997 alien interview? I said, yes, of course. I'm doing a documentary about it. He said, on the left side is an owner's signature. It's called digital overlay graphics. Very expensive to do. The only people that really did it back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s were news programs and the government, because it was very time consuming. You had to cut out those letters, put it on the original film, and then recopy the film. Very time consuming. Again, let's go back to the money. There was no money, very little budget to do this. We had to pay Victor. We had to allegedly make this film. Why would you spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 to put 3 letters on the bottom of a film that no one can search even back in 1997? Why would you would put CIA or Department of Navy or something? Why an acronym that no one can research and spend $3,000, $4,000 to do that? It doesn't, to me, make sense.
So once I realized, like, yo, the DNA in this fruit is communicating with the DNA in my body and activating genes from the sun. First of all, my body, which has melanin in it, is absorbing sunlight. With that sunlight, it's actually activating my genes through mitochondrial DNA. I'm like, yo, I gotta get closer to the sun. I gotta get closer to the real world. Then I start looking at my reality. I seen the squares everywhere. I remember watching The Matrix, and I remember the grid. Everybody talking about the grid. And it hit me one day like, yo, it's squares everywhere. Squares, they spell everything in square feet. Your phone is a square. Your laptop is square. Your iPhone is square. Everything is square. The TV's a square. Your bed is a square. Your picture frames, they're square. The door is a square. The tiles are square. Everything is square. And I look out in nature and I'm like, there's no squares in nature. Yo, we're living in the grid. The grid is squares. We build everything in squares. They built their world on top of nature, and they're going against nature. Our lower self is going against its very own nature. And how long are we going to do this? With sickness and everything that happens in the consequence of being out of tune with what you are, which is God, happens. It's in the squares. Everything is square, artificial light. Square, I start turning out the lights and sleeping in darkness and being in darkness. And I'm like, bro, I got to tell the world about this. I got to put my people on, right? I got to put people on this shit. So I started to go out and talk to people. And then it was like, yo, you can't do that. You can't tell. You can't. When people are sleeping, you got to be quiet.
They want those squares everywhere to trap your energy.
Those emails are bananas. They're talking about young kids who are going to be coming to a party.
$65,000 worth of hot dogs flown from Chicago for a White House party?
The whole thing is like very weird.
Did you ever see the archived Instagram post from James Alefantis' Instagram? Because that's a dark place.
Can you find it online?
So you cannot find it on Instagram anymore. It's only been archived onto other sites. And you can find plenty of different archives of all of James Alefantis' Instagram posts. And there are things like photos of children with their arms taped to tables. And the caption is, looks like a fun time. And then people that have always been commenting on his post have even weirder Instagrams where it's like coffin that's open and photo of like a walk-in freezer. And it's like, man, looks like you've been having a fun weekend. Things like that are just super dark. And a bunch of babies and a bunch of symbolism, a bunch of children. Jesus and that's not to mention Podesta's art collection and the Marina Abramovich connections. It goes on and on and on and on and on. And we're talking about the Clintons with the Haiti scandals, with the Kane in Arkansas. It's like the thing is that we sound crazy. I sound crazy to someone that doesn't do their own research.
And we're still waiting on Pam Bundy. Do you have a clone somewhere?
Rachel, happy Sunday. I'm doing another experiment because I did this last month and you all told me I was tripping when I told you that my car snitched on daylight savings time. So let's see if it does it again. Okay? You see it? My son's phone says 10:38, which means yesterday the time would have been 9:38, right? All right, let's see. What time does my car say? So it should say 9:38. Why does it say 8:38? If it's just yesterday was supposed to say 9:38. I'm telling y'all, my car is snitching on daylight savings time. Y'all can't tell me that my car ain't snitching. What do you mean? What do you mean we went back only an hour? We went back 2 hours. Just like we went forward 2 hours last time I told y'all this. Okay, now what's going on this time? What excuse y'all got this time? Tell me, let me know.
And they keep playing with your mind. It's all a mind game.
Dana Hotel, 660 North State Street. We walk into the hotel, they say we can't check in for another hour. Cool, we go down to the bar, we just gooling sipping. I used to wear a cross chain. I used to wear a silver cross chain every day. We get to the bar, this white dude, blonde hair, blue-eyed dude. He got a little suit, and she got a suit on. You could tell it was a tailor suit, but I noticed his cufflinks. I only seen them cufflinks one time at the Hermes store with a client. I knew them cufflinks was like $15,000 for both. I'm like, damn, look at this man. I'm like, this dude got paper. But he got a smug look at me though. So I'm like, man, you want to get a drink? He said, I wouldn't have a drink with you. I'm like, what the f? So, but it was something weird about him though, because when I got close to him, I felt like I was in front of somebody who was like, I don't know, bro. Like it made the hair, like it gave me a weird feeling that I never felt before. So I'm like, man, I think to myself, hold on, where's my gun at? Is it my book bag? Well, I got it on me. I'm thinking this. As I'm thinking about my gun, this man say, you wouldn't dare pull something like that out in a place like this. But I thought this. And then he responded to me based off what I thought. And Dugas said, what the f is he talking about? I say, something up with dude. He said, yeah, I don't like him, Gordo. I'm like, right. So I get my drink and he just standing there looking at us like we was crazy. And once we saw him though, it hit us like, damn, we seen him in Vegas. And we seen him at the airport. And we seen him at the chicken and waffle place. So I'm not gonna say that I met the devil, but we met one of them. Oh, bro, we met somebody. We met somebody. You know, the Tesla have a biometric camera on it. If you take it down to the graveyard, it's gonna show people walking around. When you look out the window, you ain't gonna see nobody though. Why is that camera picking up a biometric human vibe? Why is it showing up on the camera? You know, the little 3 times we went out with the exorcist, with the father, you know, man, a little lady grabbed my hoodie and pulled me so close to her face. There's no way that little lady could pull me like that. And there's no way she could know the details about our life how she knew. I was raised in the church, you know what I'm saying? I studied theology in college. I do believe there is an afterlife, and I do believe that there is a, I'm not gonna say heaven, I'm not gonna say hell, but I will say that you need to have your beliefs right when you die. Because if it's not, you can get stuck in the middle. And I'll leave it at that on bro.
This is the control of the experiment. This is before the software update. It is destroying everything. Just like that, the Cybertruck is updated and it should not be crushing any bananas. I'm so impressed. Everybody's been waiting for this, the finger. Without further ado.
When you hurt so bad, you can't scream.
Well, I'm shook. Last night we saw where the drones were landing, and I'm going to show you exactly where today. But wait till you see who owns the building. I don't know if I should be showing you this, but I'm just going to do it. Last night on my live stream, they were coming in, okay? And down, we'd lose them behind this building, and then they'd go, and there's a building back here, this white building. I'm going to zoom in a second. Oh, there it is. Let's see where this goes. Let's see where this guy goes. Where are you going, sir? Oh, wow. Wow. And it's gone. What is that building? Okay, interesting. And at nighttime, I couldn't tell. Well, today I came out here, and I'm like, what is that building? Okay, well, do you see that blue? It looks like an NW on the logo of the top left of the building. You see the blue NW? Okay, well, it's not really hard to see where it is because this is all one straight road. So I just drove this with my dog down the road, across, over, and found it. Okay, I found the building. Here it is. You got the NW up there, right? So that's the one that I was looking at. Now it looked like we were they were landing kind of like in there, like in the building, and then we lose it. And I was like, I don't see anything. So I kept looking just a little further and look at the next building over. Holy shit. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? This is where they're landing. I don't know what's on that roof up there. I'm trying to see, but you could see, like, so I live all the way up there, and we were watching, everything was kind of coming through, and we would lose them at this building. Just a little bit further. And of course, they're trying to hide it from you. Look at that! Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Boom, roasted.
I had an encounter with the Holy Spirit. I got out of jail, I still didn't live a Christian lifestyle. Still wasn't a Christian, still was chasing money, women, pills, and all that. So the seed was planted in me from my cellmate. What watered the seed was my friend, Nero. He was a drug dealer. He was serving drugs. And the girl that he was serving drugs to, she got on the phone and said, hey, yeah, I'm with him right now. Okay, yeah, you want to get something? Hey, I got somebody else who want to buy something from you. He said, bet. bring him through. She get out the car, somebody come and shoot his car up, and he's shot. After he gets shot, he drive off to the nearest house to go get help. He get on the phone with his mom and said, "Mom, I'm dying, I just got shot." I heard the phone call. I got to listen to the phone recording. She said, "You better call on Jesus, call on Jesus, call on Jesus." She lost her son to the streets already. He lost a brother to the streets already. This dude is a drug dealer, bruh. He wasn't a holy man. He wasn't a righteous man. He was a womanizer, a hoe, serving drugs to people that don't help people. He tried to walk to the nearest house. After he get out of his car, so much blood on the scene. He get on his knees. He couldn't walk no more. He said, "Jesus, forgive the shooter and forgive me for my sins." When they got to him, he was pronounced dead. There was no life in his body. They took him to the hospital. He was back into his body. They thought it was a ghost. They ran. They say it's a miracle. You're not supposed to be alive right now. Do you know what he told me? He said, "Where I just was, I'm going to be back." After he told Jesus, "Come into my heart, forgive me for my sins." After he took his last breath on earth, God allowed him to be in heaven. And he was sharing with me everything that he saw in the spiritual realm. This life here is temporary. Have you ever thought to yourself, why do I die? You ever thought to yourself? As a kid, dog, I'm like, why do I have to die? It's not fair for me to experience joy with my friends and family and then I forget. It's not fair that I experience this life and then what? I just vanish? It's no more John? I'm just gone? That's not fair. As a kid, I thought that. Well, you know what? That's because it's some truth to it. We don't just vanish. We was never supposed to die. Sin brought death. When you go out there and you see a tree with no leaves, that's death. That wasn't like that before sin came. When you go out there and see the grass rotting and all the brown in the grass, that's death. That was never in the world. When my friend got shot and died, he continued living. But the only reason why he continued to live is because he said, "Jesus, forgive me for my sins." Before he took his last breath, he got to live. When your spirit leave your body, you're going to be dead or alive. Death is separated from your creator. He got to be united with his creator because he said, "Jesus, forgive me for my sins." What he was doing on this earth was wrong. It was wrong. But his mom said, "Hey, if you about to die, you better call on Jesus." And he did that. And Jesus said, "I forgive you for your sins." What he was sharing with me or what he saw is what truly made me give my life to Christ. Even after I had my own encounter. Because I said, one day I'm going to take my last breath. And if I'm going to take my last breath, then I need to make sure that I'm going to continue living. Because my brother, my friend who I actually know, played ball with, hoop with, at his house with, who I witnessed, now shot, pronounced dead, heard the voice recording, said he'd rather be back where he was than to be here on his earth with his wife and kids. I believe that.
In part one, I mentioned how Google said all the shipping containers were apparently for storage space. It's 3 a.m. right now, and clearly it has to do with remodeling, which is fine. But the way they're doing it, and all the tarps they have up, all the guys walking around in yellow vests, it's just kind of bizarre. When I would hear the theories about Walmarts and the tunneling, I used to think it was crazy. But I have noticed a lot of weird stuff around Walmart, and we are living in weird times. So being vigilant, there's definitely nothing wrong with that. Typically don't need security personnel for a remodeling job either. And they seem to take their job pretty serious for a Walmart remodel job.
Stay safe out there and keep an eye on your kids.
Don't worry about it. They just don't know who they are. But they're waking up to it. And matter of fact, when you say that, what you are doing is you're planting a seed. You know, they don't understand it, but I guarantee you they're thinking about it. And it'll come back to them later and they'll say, "Ah, that's what he meant. I am you, you are me. We are one another pushed out. We are particles of God. We are the God particle. We are the photon of light. That photon of light is within you. you know, and when it rises from the base of your spine, the whole temple shakes. And it shakes all of the belief systems that you've been taught. That's the shaking of the temple. So when he said, not one stone will be left unturned, that's what he meant.
All those questions are normal. Your Kundalini is rising. And that's a wrap for today, fool. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to hit and smash the like button for me. Smash the subscribe button, be part of the family. Remember, stay woke, and I'll catch you next time.